Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Culture Curriculum Chat podcast. I'm your host, Jebeh Edmunds. And in this episode, we're going to chat with a wonderful educator. Every generation inherits a different world than the one before it. Today's children are growing up with unprecedented access to information, rapidly evolving technology, and challenges many adults never imagined at their age. So the question becomes, are we preparing students only to succeed academically, or are we preparing them to thrive as compassionate, resilient human beings? And today's guest has spent nearly 3 decades in education asking that very question. After 27 years as an educator, Queen Michele has dedicated this next chapter of her work to helping families and educators think differently about preparing Generation Alpha for the future. Through her book, 52 Insights for Gen Alpha, A Conscious Curriculum, she encourages conversations that extend beyond academics and focus on emotional growth, self awareness, and purpose. Queen Michele, welcome to the podcast.
Well, thank you, Jebba, for having me. It's so good to see you. Thank you so much. Happy to be here.
Oh, awesome. Well, yeah, looking back at your 27 years in education, what has changed the most?
I am so glad that you asked what has changed the most. Well, listen, I'm going to, of course, give you my perspective. And what I'd
Yes.
like to do in this time that we have together, if I could drop three nuggets to your audience um, based on my 63 years of living that I've gathered these nuggets, and I definitely want to share them as we ease into what is going on in education now.
Please
Okay.
do.
All right. And like
Yeah.
you said, I have been in education for 27 years, 4 of those years as a principal and an vice principal. I have taught across the country, certified in Michigan, certified in Nevada, certified in Georgia. I have taught in public, private, charter, magnet school arenas, and I retired from teaching in 2015 with 27 years. Now, I'm going to tell you this, Jebba. I was going to do uh, 30 years. You know, I would have been 55 at that time. I retired at 52. And I was in the thought of just doing 3 more years, making it 55 and a nice round 30. I just couldn't. I could not do those last 3 years. And so I retired in 2015. Here's that first nugget I want to drop. But even before I drop that nugget, I do want to also qualify a little bit more about myself as uh, we dive into these nuggets. I'm a light worker. I'm a way shower. I'm a frequency code holder. I'm a New Earth representative. I'm an author, a blogger, a sage, and a creator. I am a citizen of the US, but a permanent resident of Mexico. I will be returning to Guinea-Bissau, West Africa in 2028 to receive my citizenship there, as I've proven through African ancestry DNA testing that my original bloodline maternally uh, originated in the country of Guinea-Bissau, and I am a descendant of the Fula tribe there. And so I went there in 2023. That's a whole nother podcast. But
Definitely. Yeah.
just again giving you a insight into me and qualifying myself for these nuggets I'm about to drop. All right, so are you ready for the first one?
Oh, I am ready. Bring it. Yes, ma'am.
All right, here we go. The Matrix cares not about the quality of your life and your purpose here, only of the quantity of it and how much you can give over to the system. You owe no one or no thing your life. That Let that marinate for just a minute. And I
Yep.
came to that realization after retiring in 2015 and quickly realizing that my pension paid the rent. That was it. And so for that first year after retiring, it was cool. Okay. I got to get out there and do a little something different to supplement my pension.
Yep.
And
Yep.
so I got out there and girl, I was having fun. I mean, come on, I was regulated by bills for 27 years, right? So I was
Yes.
an
Yes.
Uber driver. I did some online, of course, some online teaching and some curriculum design, remote work. One of my favorite jobs. I was
Mm.
a shuttle driver for a transportation company that serviced the railroad. So I was taking conductors and engineers to and from their train as a shuttle driver. Hey, having a ball that first year, but then all of a sudden, Jebba, I said, hey, wait a minute. I'm gonna always have to do this. I'm always going to have to work to supplement my pension. I didn't want to be 70 years old saying, welcome to Walmart. You
Mhm.
know,
Mhm.
of course, I was
Yeah.
too young for Social Security, at 52. But even with that, when it did come, it wouldn't be enough. I would have to work.
Yes.
And here's the thing with that, Jebba. I would only be working to pay bills. See, I would work, pay bills, work, pay bills. There would be no weekend getaways. There would be no fine dining. There would be no concerts. I would work and pay bills. And then when I
Yes.
was too old and broken down to work anymore, now I'm going to live substandardly because I'm not working. So therefore, hold on to that nugget. You owe no one or no thing
Mhm.
your life.
Your
And
life.
with
Yeah.
that realization, I relocated to Mexico again, a whole nother podcast. Uh, but I have been in Mexico. I am a resident permanently in Mexico. So hold on to that nugget as we move into
Yes,
nugget
ma'am.
number two. All
Yeah.
right. Now, Jabba, it's a proven fact that trauma is passed down generationally
Yes,
through
that's true.
DNA.
Yep.
Proven.
Mhm.
So we are all walking around with this trauma in our DNA that we're totally unaware of. We're unaware of the trauma that we carry within our DNA. But here's the thing, and here's the good news. Hold on to this nugget. If trauma can be passed down through DNA, which it is,
Yeah.
then healing can be passed up.
Mm. I like that.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
That's a two-way street. That's a two-way
Mhm.
street. So, um, the first step in opening up to that healing is awareness and just acceptance that generational trauma even exists. Okay. And then with that inner state, one becomes open to receiving that which they will not be able to tangibly see or feel. But there's that knowing. I don't know how the healing happens within the bloodline, but I know that it does. I don't know how that the DNA works to distribute the healing that needs to be given, but it does. It does. I don't know all the scientific uh, facts about it, but just let me say this. I did discover my ancestral uh, lineage through
Mhm.
African ancestry DNA. Don't take ancestry.com. Don't take that because it'll tell you you're a little bit of this and you're a little bit of that and your region is over there. But over 20 years ago, a group of Black scientists got together and they created the largest database of Black blood in the world. That's African
Wow.
ancestry. Now, listen, you take that DNA test, not only will it tell you the country out of the 54 sovereign countries on the continent of Africa, not only would it tell you the country, it'll also tell you your tribe. Now, more than likely, it's going to come on that western coast
Oh,
of Africa because, of course, of the Atlantic slave trade that took
right.
place. All
Yep.
that. And what that did for me, let me tell you when I say healing and just not understanding how it happens, but it does. When I went back to Guinea-Bissau, I took a trip there and I stepped foot in my ancestral village. When I stepped foot in my ancestral village of the Fula tribe, I took, maternally speaking, my mother's mother, anywhere between 200 to 250 years. She
Mhm.
survived
Came
the passage.
back. Yes, she
She
came back.
survived the passage. That ancestor survived the passage. She didn't jump off the ship. She did not die on the ship of sickness. She was not killed on the ship. She survived the passage. Now, when she got here, there in Americas, she got mixed with a whole lot of everything due to breeding. They
Mhm.
bred her like an
Yep.
animal.
Yep.
So, yeah, so you will hear people say, I got Indian, my family Indian. Eh, to a certain extent, but your
Yep.
original blood,
Yes.
ah,
Goes all the way back.
my maternal side, my Fula people, my Fula tribe, my native tongue is Pular. Now, I'll never speak Pular, but just knowing that it is, I can't I can't even begin to tell you what that does, the opening of just know thyself in a way
Yes.
that you would never know yourself. Having that. Now, everybody can't go to Africa. And I know the story of, and to a lot of people, it's over. Well, I can't do that. It's just the awareness of it
That's
that,
it. Just the
that
awareness.
begins. And
Yeah.
so when I returned home, I started a nonprofit called Fula History and Genealogy Society in America. And its number one mission is just to raise awareness. That's it. I just want to tell you. I just want to present it to you. And that's it. Just present it, make you aware. And I know that the ancestors in the universe, they'll take care of the rest.
They
They'll
will.
take
They
care of the rest.
always do. And it
Don't.
just gives me chills because, you're the descendant of that woman that survived so much pain,
Yes,
and you went back to the land that she never came back to, but at least she
exactly.
knows myself, a part of me touched the land where I once stood, and that ooh,
Oh, now
chill.
you just gave me goosebumps. I
I'm
never heard
telling
it said
you.
like, yeah, now you just gave me, I'm serious, goosebumps.
Yes.
And I know you're gonna leave my website, thank you, at the
Okay.
end of this, but I just want to tell them before we move to that third and final nugget. I want to tell them that on my website, my nonprofit website, it's called FulaAmerican.org. I'm not African American. I'm Fula American. Mhm. Wouldn't it
Yes.
be cool if we could all say that what our tribe is, then American? That would be wow.
Mm.
But over the
Yes.
routes and different tribes, you
Yep.
know,
Yep.
and
Yep.
on the
I
continent, that would be wow. I'm
Oh, yeah.
that American.
I like
Well,
that. I'm gonna say that now. I am bi American. Yes, I am
okay.
bi American from Liberia. You see, I like that. I like that
Uh-huh.
better.
That's what you
Yeah.
are. We put the American in there.
Yes,
But
yes, yes.
original bloodline,
Original
lineage,
bloodline.
heritage.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
Um,
what's the 3rd nugget, love? I love
I'm
this.
getting ready to tell you third. But I want to
Yeah.
tell you that on my website,
Mhm.
there's a blog called My Soul's Journey Home. And it's 16 chapters, videos, and pictures and whatever. Chapter 7. Chapter 7. Y'all just want to shoot, after all of this, shoot there. Check out chapter 7 because what you will see is a video of me stepping on and into my ancestral village, being received by the Fula tribe. So just check that out. That's a
Awesome.
really cool. That thing still gives me goosebumps when I
Oh,
look at it.
yes.
All right,
Oh,
now
God.
third nugget. Here we go.
Mhm.
Um, I create a social emotional learning and emotional intelligence program for middle and high school students called 52 Insights for Gen Alpha Conscious Curriculum. Now, it was piloted in 2 middle schools. in Detroit, Michigan during the 2024-25 school year. That's where that third nugget comes from. I piloted it, this conscious curriculum. And here's the third nugget. Unconscious can't teach consciousness. It's a personal journey that one must take. It's not a group trip. Unconscious can't teach consciousness. You can't take somebody on a journey you haven't been on yourself. Okay. And what I learned stepping back into the classroom, Jebba, I had been gone for what, 10 years? I've been out the classroom. I retired in 2015. So I've been out the classroom 9, 10 years. This is after COVID and everything. So here I go with this program. And it was hard getting it into the two schools I got it into. Didn't nobody want to, they weren't open to it, if you will.
Yeah,
But I did
I
get
get it.
into two. And what I saw, Jebba, what I saw, all teachers are doing these days, Jebba, is putting out fires all day long.
Running
All day long.
triage,
All they
you
do
know,
is,
just
all they do all day long is put out the fires. And they're trying to put out these fires of these students whose nervous system is deregulated. You can't put out their fires because your nervous system is deregulated. See, your nervous system is deregulated too. What we have from elementary up and through high school at this point is Generation Alpha. The oldest of Generation Alpha just turned 13 last year. You know what I'm saying? They just turned 13. That's the oldest of Generation Alpha. Generation Alpha was born between 2010, 2024. They're the kids of the millennials and some of those X's who got in there a little late. Okay. They are the first generation to be born fully in the 21st century. Jebba, they have been clicking and swiping since infancy.
Yep. Facial
They
recognition,
are a
FaceTime.
different breed. They are a different breed. They have their whole beingness has been stimulated externally. Period. They have known no other but that stimulation. They will be the largest generation in the history of the world. They are responsible for the conscious evolution of humanity. But check it out. Their name, Alpha. What does Alpha indicate? Beginning. Generation Alpha. And we've missed the ball. We've dropped the ball. I get it. I understand it, millennials. I am so not blaming you because when you put that tablet and you put that phone in their hand, you looked and said, oh, shoot, I can get the dishes done. Oh, sure, I can get this paper done. Oh, I can fill out this report for work. And here's the thing, they're learning.
They're learning.
See, I'm a baby boomer. And here's the thing about me. There was a time when I was growing up that the TV Jebba went off. At 12 o'clock at midnight, the Star Spangled Banner would play. The lines would come up there.
And that was it. Yeah.
Go to bed.
Yeah.
It went off. When I was raising my children, Gullah Gullah Island and Barney and Sesame Street went up. The only thing they have is 24/7 stimulation from the time they get up to the time that they're able to finally close their eyes and go to bed. And it has been external. And here's the thing, teachers are not equipped to take students on a journey that they have not been on themselves because we're all on different levels of the spectrum when it comes to social emotional learning and development and emotional intelligence. We are all on different levels due to family dynamics, our environment, our personal programming and conditioning that we have been through. All of that puts us on a different level. That's why this journey is personal, and adults and families who work with and live with Generation Alpha, they cannot demonstrate, teach, or equip them with the tools necessary to help them emotionally regulate their
That nervous
nervous
system.
system because
Yeah.
they're in need of those same tools.
Yes.
Them-
Yeah.
them-
Now, Queen, what I also heard you say too is that emotional intelligence and even nervous system regulation, are these the life skills that you think our schools are overlooking? Because when we were in the classroom,
Oh,
it was
well,
kind
listen,
of
here's
like,
the thing. You know what those
yeah,
skills were? Back in
what?
the day, that was your old character education program.
Yep, that was it.
That's
Yeah.
what that was your that is so archaic. And,
Mhm.
caring is sharing and
Yep.
be nice. And those things, it worked for baby boomers, it worked, but it's not going to work for them. Because even though you're saying these things, what tools are you giving them to do those things? They can regulate their own nervous system, but they have to have the tools to do it. The
Yes.
schools are not going to give you those tools.
No.
Because again, those teachers who are teaching in the classroom, they don't have those tools themselves. I saw on Facebook yesterday this guy, and it's all over Facebook right now. You might have seen it. The guy who was crying because
Yeah.
did you see him?
The students,
Because
his high school students were
he's so
illiterate.
disillusioned. He is
Mhm.
so and all of those teachers, I saw it myself. So when I came in there with this conscious curriculum, all right,
Yes.
let's have them. They couldn't, because they need to go on it first themselves. How you gonna
Yes.
say breathe when you don't breathe? How you gonna say
Exactly.
meditate when you don't meditate? You don't even have the tools to regulate your
Mm.
own nervous system.
Yeah.
And
And
then
it's
and teachers are leaving in bunch
droves.
because they just don't. And this is nothing a school can teach. This is an individual journey. And I want to invite your audience, if they would. That pilot program that I did in 2024, I learned two things. Number one, of course, that nugget I dropped, unconscious can't teach consciousness. But number two, I needed to mm, incorporate AI into the curriculum in order for it to be adaptable, let alone marketable. Uh, at this stage in time.
Yeah.
So I took a deep dive took some courses with San Diego University, curriculum design with AI, and
Yeah.
discovered a cutting edge, innovative AI program called adaptive learning. Adaptive
Interesting.
learning adapts to where you are. And
Mm.
then, because again, we're all on different. And what's so cool about it, I partnered with one of the top LMS learning management systems in the
System.
in the
Mhm.
country called Cyber Learning. They
Mm.
specialize in adaptive learning. And so what happens with the curriculum now is that you come on and you take a personality test. This is like a Myers-Briggs type
Briggs type of thing.
personality
Okay.
test, right? You
Yeah.
take that test and then you go on your own journey, personalized journey through the five, how can I say, components of the
Yeah.
social emotional learning model, the CAST model, which is relationship skills, self awareness, which I now call
Mm. Yes.
uh,
Yes.
self management.
Yes.
That's it. I say relationship skills, self management,
Oh,
social awareness.
social awareness. Yeah.
And oh God, I can't think of the other one right now. It's five of them. Okay, social
Okay.
awareness. Oh, conscious decision making.
Conscious
That was the four.
decision
They
making.
say decision
Oh.
making. They say responsible decision making.
Mm.
It's conscious decision making.
Decision
Now,
making.
this curriculum, Jebba, what makes it so special? I wrote this curriculum way back when I first started living in Mexico. That's when my chakra, my crown chakra blew wide open and there was this awakening. There came books and blogs and a brand. I mean, this whole purpose for,
Yes. Opened up.
why I'm
Yeah.
here opened up. So the book was originally called 52 Insights for Living New Earth Now. But through a set of circumstances that brought me back to the United States, that book became 52 Insights for Gen Alpha Conscious Curriculum. All that work I did was never for the audience that I thought it was for. It was never for them. That set of circumstances that brought me back, then
Yeah.
said, all that work you done, it was for them. It was for a time such as
Yes.
this. I came
Yes.
forth for a time such as this. And now with that understanding, you know, that passion I have to pour these two into uh, middle and high school students and their parents and teachers and counselors and social workers. These are all tools that they all need, that they should be given there, that would help their clients as well. Parents and anybody sewing into the life of Gen Alpha. You need these tools because again, you can't
Yes.
pick somebody where you have never been, right? So
Yes.
you get them along with Gen Alpha. And so they take this personality test and then they are placed based on, the answers to that test on those one of
Yeah.
five paths. Now they're going to do
Yes.
all five paths, but
But
where they
in their
start,
own
I don't know. Where they end,
depends
I don't
on the
know. It's according
okay,
to their
their
test. And see,
result.
what's so
Okay.
wonderful about this? It's 100% online. It's
Mhm.
self-paced.
I
It's
like that.
free. Okay. And it's open to
Nice.
anyone 13 through seniors.
Wow, very
13 cents. So
cool.
it's free. It starts September 8th and it runs to March 12th. This is a pilot program. It was what I was trying to do in the school, then realize, oh, I need to do it this way. Now that I've done it that way, I've put it back out there and I'm so excited to get started for those to take those individual journeys. They'll fix their plate based on the buffet that's going to be laid out before them. They'll fix their
Mhm.
plate and they'll take their journey. And
That's
what
amazing.
what will resonate will stay, and what doesn't resonate, it'll fall off. They'll chew the
Oh,
grass and spit the sticks. They'll learn to
oh,
do that.
I
And they'll
love
take their
that.
personal journey inward. And all that will help do is to quiet the noise enough for them to gather the tools so that they can navigate where they're going. I'm not
Love that.
I'm not going,
Wow.
but doggone it, they are. And
Alright.
they it's more of a conscious thing more than
Yes.
anything because like I said, it's Generation Alpha. Let's get them.
Let's
Let's
get
get them. And
them.
those
I
who are
love
helping them with
yeah.
those tools. So that was my
Yeah.
third and final nugget
Oh,
of today.
amazing. Oh, amazing. And what do you hope, Queen Michelle, when a student finishes your curriculum, what transformation do you hope has
Oh,
begun?
mm. Again, now with the tools, they will be able to stay present. They will
Yeah.
be able to stay, they will be able to recognize when they're not present and then
Mhm.
do the things necessary to get them back in a present state. Not immediately, but they will learn the momentum of shifting from.
Yes.
They will learn when it's time to go quiet so that they can hear from within rather than from without. They will have the tools necessary to go within and they will be led, guided, and directed by by their God consciousness that lies within.
I love that.
And that will keep them from giving their lives over to the system.
Mhm.
That will
Mhm.
it'll keep them from giving their lives over to the system, and it will lead them to their purpose.
Yeah, and again, keeps them grounded to understand how to self-regulate. I love how you said
Yeah.
the conscious decision making,
Yes.
self-awareness, because
Yeah.
you nailed it with the Gen Alpha kids of, hey, I have more time as that parent because my kid can go into the key code of my phone and call or watch a video or they have the tech savvy. You don't need to train them. They're training
Oh,
us,
yes, listen,
They are the expert
Gen
in that.
Alpha are in
Yes.
spaces and in platforms free from parental influence. They are in spaces and in platforms that their parents don't even understand.
Oh,
You know?
yes. Or
So,
yeah.
that you don't understand that you can't give them the tools necessary to navigate, So
Yes.
someone who, a program that say, hey, since you're used to doing that anyway, let them take their own journey.
Yes. Take their
Yeah,
own
let them
journey.
let them start asking some very uh, uh, conscious questions,
I
if you
love
will,
that.
seeking out
Yeah.
conscious answers, because it's now about living what consciously. We're
Consciously.
not, it just cannot be led around. Gen Alpha will not be led around like sheep. Now
Mm-mm.
they can stay plugged in and hyper overstimulated, unable to regulate their without
System.
those
Mhm.
tools. And the school will never give it to you because they do
No.
want you a little dysregulated. They do want you. You know why? Because you're more controllable. You mess
Mhm.
around and become sovereign in your own
Yeah.
self,
Yeah.
becoming self-aware.
Understandable. Yeah.
Self-aware.
Self-aware. Now, here's another question to follow up with. What kind of adults do you hope today's Gen Alpha children will become?
Oh, they will lead consciously. Their children will be
Mm,
you
yeah.
understand? It starts with alpha. They will be the largest, whatever. I don't even know how to fathom that, but research it out.
Yeah.
They will be the
Yeah.
largest generation in the world. So the tools that they have, they're going to pass down to their children. There
Yes, they
won't
will.
be any more conscious, you know, they will be able to lead them where they need to go because they already have the tools.
I
Their
love that.
systems are regulated. They're not
Yes.
dysregulated. They know how
Yes.
to turn off. They know how to center. They know how to
Yes.
ground. They
Yeah.
know how to meditate. They know how to be led, guided, and directed
Yeah.
from
I'm
within.
proud I love that. It's coming. And it's the beginning, Gen Alpha, the
Yes.
beginning. That's so dope. Now, my other question to you too, Queen, is when educators utilize this curriculum, what do you hope that they will say after using it? Like, my students feel more regulated, they seem more calm, they seem more focused.
That's what I'm knowing teachers will
Okay,
say.
yes. After you
Although,
piloted. Yeah. Mhm.
although I won't hear them say it because this is a private, this is a
Yes.
personal journey. They will see it, but I won't be able to interview. But I will, after this pilot, it's through reports on engagement, and that's it. Just did they engage? Because there are no quizzes or tests or assessments or no right or wrong answers. There's no check-in. You don't do that when you're on the journey. You journey.
No, you journey and I like that philosophy too, Queen, because, when you're doing these programs and there's, especially with school districts, like, "Oh, here's another thing to pilot, here's," and then you're like, "Oh, here's another assessment,
I
here's
know,
another
and
test."
that's what I'm
And
receiving. I'm
how do you
receiving.
get yeah, how do you get motivated when it's another checklist? But I like how you say you take that first initial pre-assessment, assessment to see what
Personality test, yes.
personality test, what, like you said, the best food ingredients on your plate, and what is for you is for you. And I like how you share that it's self-paced. You can
Yes.
take your time because your journey, your own healing is self.
Yes. What did you just
I'm picking up what you're putting down. I'm
I'm
telling
picking
you.
up what I'm putting down. And what's so cool about this too, this is just the pilot. The program is a year-long program. It's 52 weeks. It's a year-long program. However, they're only gonna be in it for, 25.
Yeah.
They're only getting half
School
of
year.
it.
Mhm.
They're only getting half of it because it's a pilot. And then like I said, I'm gathering engagement, I'm gathering surveys. And then what we'll be seeing is them saying, since I've done it, you're going to see teenagers saying, it's made a difference because now I know how to center. I breathe my way through certain things. I know how to step back. I know how to create a cloud burst of appreciation. I know how to, they will say, what was one of the strongest things you walked away with?
Yeah.
I can't wait to and I wanna
Oh, I
hear it from
can't wait for
teachers.
you.
Teachers, what did you walk away with? Well, I was able to go into the classroom now, and some of the things I learned, I was able to, you know, introduce to them so we can all get on the same page as it relates to I was able to breathe or meditate or use this or use that or journal this way or do it that way, and that helped me help them,
And when you're
you know?
more centered within yourself, like you said, when your nervous system is calm, collected, you can teach You can,
when you're not
live
putting out fires.
when you're not putting out fires, playing whack-a-mole, like it's all kinds of stuff. Not saying don't say I
I
never hit
know. No, no, I
anybody.
get it. I'm so
I
clear.
know you get it.
I'm
Yes.
so clear.
Yes, metaphorically, don't come after me.
Yes.
But yes, and then that's the thing though, when you are feeling like, okay, I in control, my reactions to things are controlled.
Here we go.
I can listen to somebody else's perspective with empathy and compassion versus we have to get through this because we've got this unit of study we have to go through. You can still do that unit of study. But then again, if you see a student who is dysregulated, maybe they need to take a walk, a lap, do something to move their body,
Those
something to
and
get
teachers
them
will
back
have
to
those
center.
tools. Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
too, that's the last thing, they setting aside, do you need a 446? You need a four your 446 just mean that breathe, you need a 446? Well, go ahead and just continue to do you, but tools, tools,
Yes.
tools.
Tools and the language so
And
they
the
understand
exercises and
and they can
practices, because you
practices.
can reach a certain, and now I'm getting ready to get off into my consciousness. You can reach a certain frequency or bandwidth, but which is a better state of consciousness, new earth, which is
Mhm.
just a higher state of consciousness. You can reach that, but you have to maintain that. How do you maintain?
You
How do you
maintain.
maintain that station? How do you tune in, tap in, turn on to that station? You know
So
so what are the
fascinating.
exercises and the practices that is just a part of your lifestyle, because you're maintaining a bandwidth, a
Yes.
frequency
Yeah.
that keeps you, I like to say it, I don't want people to freak out about living new earth, but living it now. You and I right now in this conversation that we're having, our bandwidth and the frequency that we're on right now, you know, it will resonate with some it'll be like, be a lot of static until they roll back down to that frequency where the music is coming in, whatever's coming
Yeah,
in loud and clear. Everybody can't tune in
to that.
to,
That's
uh,
fascinating. Yeah.
yeah, it's so much fun.
So I like that. And so fat. And we are on a vibe. I'm feeling you, your energy. I'm telling you, if you and I were in the same building, we'd be like, oh,
Listen,
here they go again. It's
yeah,
like, yeah,
that
the favorite
that's
teachers.
frequency. That's
Yeah,
just and,
yeah,
and we're resonating at
yeah,
the same
yes,
bandwidth. We're
yes. I love
we're
it.
tuned in
We
to that
are
radio
tuned in.
station. Feel me?
Yes,
So
I feel you. Yeah. Oh, Queen, I just love this conversation. I know we can talk all day, but where can my viewers and listeners get your 52 insights of conscious curriculum
oh, I would
and
love
all
for
the
them.
things? Yes,
Yeah,
where
I
can we
would love
continue
for
your
them
journey?
to register. Go ahead.
Yes.
It's free, guys. It is free. And I have 100 slots that I'm sponsoring. 100 slots, 13 through seniors. And then registered or resonated with you, then go register on my website. It's FULA, FULA, American.org. FULAAmerican.org. Now click on that 52 Insights tab and that registration will pop right up. Go ahead and register now, because registration ends August 31st. That's the last day of registration. And it starts, you're going to start jumping online, you start your journey the day after Labor Day, September
Love
8th.
that. Oh,
Start your
this is
journey.
amazing. Amazing. And before we go, Miss Queen, what is one thing you hope our listeners take away from this amazing conversation that we had today?
Hmm. A rainy day has no meaning in it. It only has the meaning that you give it. It only has the meaning that you give it. So when you think about where you are right now, and I encourage you to consider that you don't have to stay on the wheel forever. You do not owe anyone or anything your life. Had I stayed on the wheel, and I could have easily done it, easily. Everybody else is doing it, work, pay bills, work, pay bills. But had I done it, there would have not been a 52 Insights uh, for Living New Earth Now, which turned into a 52 Insights for Gen Alpha. There would be no Fula History and Genealogy Society in America. None of that would have taken place. Right now, today, I would be at work making a paycheck so I can pay a bill.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Make it,
Purpose-driven life. Yes.
yes,
Mhm. Purpose-driven life.
that's what I want to
Yeah.
leave you with.
Yeah.
Let me keep finishing my sentences.
I'm telling you, we are on that wavelength, my dear. I'm loving it. Just such a wonderful, just eye-opening, and it doesn't take so much effort unless you're willing to try. Does that make sense?
Oh, it makes perfect sense because
You
some are
know?
quite content with,
Mhm.
acceptance of what
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. But
And that works
again,
to a certain extent.
it does. It gets
But when it
tiring.
keeps you
Mhm.
from doing what you came forth to do,
That part.
keeps you
Yes.
from even knowing what you came to do. Now, teaching I always felt was my purpose. And then when I retired from teaching, I never would have thought that, oh, you're not finished yet. That skill set right there, we don't use that for
To
this,
this.
you know?
Yes. Yes.
And I am over the moon. Just I can't tell you what it does to me. And hopefully seeing 100 participants take this, it's been a struggle from going into the classrooms,
Oh,
piloting it
yeah.
in a classroom, then incorporating AI, and then coming back out and trying to get people online to take it. It's been, but I know the universe is perfect. So I'm just excited about what it's gonna
What
show me. You know,
Yes, yeah,
hey,
and
and
what
so
you'll
my thing to the
receive.
universe is, hey, show me how good it can get.
Yes, that's it,
Hey,
and just
universe.
receive, yeah, and
Show me how
receive
good it can
all
get.
that goodness,
Yeah.
yes. Oh, Queen Michelle, this was an amazing conversation. Thank you so much for
No,
taking the
thank you.
time.
Thank you.
I learned so much with this conversation, especially our own consciousness, awareness, self-regulation, and educators, family members, it is
Yes.
possible. It is possible. And I love how when you teach the young, especially our Gen Alpha, they're teaching us more than we ever thought was possible.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
honestly, I'm excited to see when they lead what will come through with that
Woo!
too. I'm telling
Flash it
you.
out. That's gonna be exciting.
Honey, I can't wait. Well, thank you again, Queen Michelle. And
Oh,
listeners,
thank you for
thank
that.
you. Oh, yeah, I will have all of Queen Michelle's information, her link to register in the show notes and in the description so you can sign up and get your child signed up and ready to go. Thanks again, listeners, for listening and watching the Culture Curriculum Chat podcast. I will see you here same time next week. Stay curious, stay focused, and continue to build those positive bridges. Thanks. Bye bye.